A friend of mine shared an emotional post on social media. An acquaintance of his had committed suicide, and my friend went back and looked at his inbox, and he realized that this acquaintance had sent him 3 emails that he had failed to respond to. And my friend felt guilty. Guilt has some unusual associations. For the past century, because of Sigmund Freud, there's a deep association between guilt and neurosis. And in fact, Freud notes that the Jews seem to have the greatest level of guilt. But one need not see guilt as a form of neurosis. Martin Buber says Freud is wrong, and actually, guilt can be the expression of a well-developed soul, recognizing that it has a sense of responsibility for everything that goes on in the world. And this lesson is imparted to us in this week's Torah reading, in which we read about the Egla Arufa, the broken-necked heifer. There is a ceremony that would be done if, God forbid, a body was found between cities, and no one knew who killed the person. And so the elders would come, and during the ceremony they would say 2 contradictory things. First they would say, "Our hands did not shed this blood." And then they would say, "Please, God, forgive the Jewish people for this murder." And essentially what they are saying at the same time is, even if we don't have personal guilt in the murder of this individual, we feel a deep sense of responsibility for his death. And that is actually the lesson of Jewish guilt. As Abraham Joshua Heschel put it, some are guilty, all are responsible. And that sense of responsibility is the idea of Jewish guilt, the expression of a well-developed soul. Dr. Gisela Perl was deported to Auschwitz. And in Auschwitz, she was commandeered by Dr. Mengele. And she recognized that Dr. Mengele was doing horrible experiments on pregnant women. And so Dr. Perl, whenever she would see a woman that was pregnant, would quietly perform an abortion on her to give her a chance of surviving Auschwitz. After the war, she went on to a distinguished career at Mount Sinai Medical Center and at Shaarei Tzedek in Jerusalem. And each and every time she delivered a baby, she would turn up to God and say, "God, you owe me a healthy baby." This is a reflection of Jewish guilt, a recognition that when we see things that are wrong with the world, it is our responsibility to fix it.